Be sure to subscribe to my channel. I got lots of new videos coming out, a lot of iPhone tutorials and app reviews. Welcome to my review of the brand new Cydia that just came out March 26th, 2011, Cydia 1.1.1. This version was supposed to be like groundbreaking. This has a completely different UI. It was like he just completely recreated a new Cydia, supposedly. So what I'm gonna do is run through all of the features that it says it has and just give my 2 cents on what I think it's like. If I don't like it, I'll let you know, and I'll show any things that I really do like about it, or any improvements they should have made, or whatever. I'm gonna cut the loading real quick, but I'll post how long it took to load this. I'm just not gonna sit here through it. The loading is finished, and it is now downloading the different sources that I have. I only have like 9 custom sources I've added, and 3 or 4 of them are pretty small. So I'll also put in the video how long it takes to download these, and then we'll show how long it takes to refresh them. So we'll skip ahead to the finished downloads real quick. Downloading. This is the refreshing data page now, and it's going to show that I have an error. That's just because one of my sources hasn't been updated to work with the new Cydia. That's this one right here. This is also in my top sources video. Not totally sure why you get this error, but it still works. Everything still updates. And if you don't like errors, the new updated source management is going. It should delete sources with errors and get rid of the errors a lot easier than the last one. The last one you had to go in and modify files and stuff. You couldn't just delete it. This one, if you delete it, it still it completely clears it. You don't have any more issues. You don't have to do any hard work. It's a lot better for It's a lot better for newer users and not as advanced users. And we're gonna see how long this takes to reload the data. Personally, for the download and startup, I didn't notice a huge difference. I mean, it was a little bit faster, but I don't really think it was that completely noticeable. One thing, it does seem like it's a little bit more lightweight. Sort of. It seems like the actual main page load up, like once it's already loaded, the get-go. This page right here. This page loads pretty fast. Alright, sorry about the phone call right there. Anyway, what I was saying was the home page on Cydia. After the initial loading wheel and the initial load, this page comes up really fast. Also, when you're offline, it like saves the cache of it or something like that, because I can still view this right here offline. Obviously, you still can't install packages, because then you would already have them all downloaded, and that would be really pointless. So the official updates that came out with this Cydia 1.1.1 includes the ability to run and operate Activator and other mobile substrate add-ons while in Cydia. I'll show that when I'm actually installing an app, so you can see it run while it's installing. It has the ability to run in the background. It'll show up in the multitasking. You can actually exit out of the app and go to other things and then come back to it, and it'll still be right where you are. The overall speed improvement, I haven't noticed that much of a speed improvement, but I'm sure there is a little bit. There's much less memory usage, which I think that's true, because it also lets you can multitask it with other things. It does seem to be a lot more lightweight. There is a more advanced search mechanism. It has a new relevancy algorithm, so it just doesn't search exactly the words, and it doesn't combine things. Like if there's 2 different words, then the letters combine to make it. It searches based off relevancy. And there's also the better management of broken repos and sources. For people that get errors and stuff, it's a lot easier to delete them. So let's just go ahead and go through these. First thing we're going to do is check out the changes page. We're going to check out the changes and see how long it takes to load that, just to add to the loading time. Seems pretty fast. I mean, if you have a lot more updates, obviously it'll take longer. I also don't have any new updates. New updates make it a little bit longer. Not a whole lot, but that does seem to be pretty fast. Alright, let's see the download speed. So I'm just going to download something random like this. Don't even know what this is, but we're just going to download it and install it just so you can see the speeds of installing. This is about how long it takes to load the page, and then of course it takes a tad bit longer to update the more info and screenshots, just like usual. Nothing's changed there. Alright, let's install this and look how long it takes, and also the new GUI on installing packages. It has been updated and it does look a bit cleaner, helps you understand what's going on while you're installing things. Also on the confirm page, they've updated a little bit. The continue queuing button has moved to the top, and the confirm buttons are all blue, even if it's not paid. So that might be a little confusing, but you can get used to it. Alright, this is the start of the install page, and this is it installing. The new download bar down here. The highlighted ones are things that are more that you can like better understand. Downloading done, running the packager. The stuff in the gray that's grayed out is more internal stuff that usually doesn't have anything to do with the users downloading it. So that's a little more convenient. I also do like the GUI update, and it did seem a little bit faster, but this is also a small package, so reloading data is the big thing that people want to see the speed improvements on. And again, I honestly didn't really notice that much of a huge speed improvement. It still seems to take just as long as it usually does. Never really liked the reloading data speeds, and hasn't updated and gotten that much faster. The only time it got noticeably faster was from the original Cydia to the updated one that came out a couple months ago, I think, on iOS 4 and the white door firmware if you are on 3.0 or 3.1.3 technically. Alright, so didn't take that long. Seemed about the same. Next thing we're going to do is check out the new search. It is more advanced, and they use a brand new algorithm that they've developed to search based off your relevant things. And this is one of the biggest problems I have with the new update is this search. I mean, just looking at it and watching search for stuff, it looks like it's pretty fast. I'll just search for something. It usually updates a little bit faster. I think I might have been having some Wi-Fi connections right there. Usually on the first or second letter it would update. See, this seems nice and fast, doesn't it? Based off YouTube, only in the first part of it. So it will show some that are like in the second or last word, but only when YouTube is one word. Not like if there was somehow like you at the end of one word and tube at the start of another one, it wouldn't show you that. So let's just go to this right here, and this is what I really do not like about it. Even if you click on the search button down here or back at the search bar up here, if you need to search for something else, or if you picked the wrong package and you need to go back, the load time is awful, because now it actually loads everything. The previous one didn't show descriptions or anything, it just showed the icon, didn't show the sources, just showed the icon and the name. That could also be slightly annoying for some people, but apparently it's the only way to make it fast, because this feels like I just downloaded 1,000 packages. This feels like it takes forever, usually because the search was always faster. I mean, I never had a problem with the search before, other than sometimes it took a while for it to register that I hit a key. This though, really annoying to do that. I mean, they either need to make all of it just the icon and just the name so it'll load faster, or just don't do that at all, because that, I don't like the load times on that at all. Alright, next thing is the new multitasking feature, and as Jay Freeman said in the Twitter update announcing this, resume where left off feature is what he called it. But I wouldn't consider this a huge resume where left off. Let's just click packages over here, and then we're gonna exit out to the springboard. After we get to the springboard, just gonna click over here, click around a little bit, just move around, go. Alright, now let's open Cydia again. And after a couple seconds just sitting here. Alright, sorry, I was having some Wi-Fi issues. After this has been loaded here for a little bit. After it loads that initial 2 seconds, it shows up right where you left off. So that is really convenient. But if you leave it off long enough, obviously it will either close out or it'll have to reload and stuff. But it started back right where I was. Next thing I'm going to show is the new sources page. This is the new sources, and I'll show just a quick deleting. All you have to do, you just click edit, then hit these little red thingies over here, then delete. I'm not going to do it because I need these sources, but the speeds seem about the same, nothing too noticeably. The update, or adding one, I mean, has a new GUI. It shows you how it's downloading them and stuff. Pretty convenient. Still, speed-wise, doesn't seem that much different. Everything else is pretty much the same for the most part. Oh, other than the ability to run Activator. If before, while installing something, or after it installed and you're sitting there on return to Cydia, and you need to respring or reboot you personally need to. Before, if you would swipe across to get SB settings, nothing would come up. Now you get SB settings though, which is really convenient. You don't get errors. You're allowed to do it and use any of its features in the middle of using Cydia. That's one thing. Overall though, I think this was maybe a tad bit over publicized, or made. I don't think it was as groundbreaking as people are making it out the same, because the load times really aren't that much better. The GUI is a little bit cleaner, a little bit nicer layout. Load speeds on the search is ridiculous. I don't like it at all. And then the multitasking isn't even that super useful, because when I hear that it has the ability to like do other things while downloading, I usually want that to mean do other things on Cydia. Like, I don't really care about installing something and then going to another app. I mean, based off habit, I don't want to do that anyway. I want to be able to close out of the download and go view other things, just like Rock was able to. So hopefully they do that in a later release. I would really like that. Anyway, thanks for watching my review on Cydia 1.1.1. Please subscribe and comment on my channel, not the video, if you want anything reviewed or a tutorial on how to do anything, including how I make these videos or anything at all.